What's happening, everyone? It's your boy, the real Aaron Collins, here with another rendition of me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. I hope y'all doing well. I hope everyone is holding up. Hope everyone's in their right mind and staying safe. Without further ado, let's get into it. Man, it's just so much going on in the world right now, particularly in the United States. I mean, we had two high-profile trials. The murder of a prominent rapper. Man, the topic though, basically, I mean, and you got other stuff too. But the topic I'm mainly going to speak on is definitely one of those trials. So we just got the verdict in for the murder of Amaud Arberry. All three defendants, man, were found guilty on all counts. Well, except for Gregory McMichael, who was the father. He was found guilty of 8 of 9 counts. And I believe William Bryan, the third defendant, was found guilty of 8 of 9 counts. Travis McMichael, the son, was found guilty on all 9 counts. And this comes on the heels of the Kyle Rittenhouse trial, but you know what? I'm not going to even talk about that. Let's go back to the Amaud Arbery case. So we all know that Amaud Arbery was a 25-year-old African-American man who was traveling through a neighborhood out in Cobb County, Georgia, rural area of Georgia, jogging, came across a construction site, looked around in it, said that he went in it a few times but didn't come out with anything. When he comes out, he gets confronted by the McMichaels and Bryant in 2 vehicles. He tries to run away. Travis McMichael admitted that he didn't try to attack him. Next thing you know, Amaud is shot in the chest with a 12 gauge. And the fact that they were convicted and found guilty, it brings some kind of hope in the justice system, in a justice system that has been, in the past, been known to be very biased toward black people. And it's very emotional, but at the same time, it's like I said, it's a relief. And the fact that this young man was killed the way he was, it shouldn't even be. Of course, people tried to talk about his past. One of the defending attorneys, she was in court. She was talking about the condition of his toenails, which has nothing to do with anything. I mean, is that supposed to justify him being killed? You see, these are some of the white supremacist talking points, the racist talking points that we deal with. Because see, in the justice system, in the past, in different cases, when it comes to black victims of racism, they go into the past of the black victim and make them a monster. Whereas the reverse, when there's a white monster, they go into the past to make them a white victim as a reason to why they became a monster. And they do it in a sympathetic way, while at the same time vilifying the black person who was victimized by their circumstances. But this is just goes to show that there is a God who sits on the throne, and that justice will be served in judgment. And I'm just thankful that these 3 men were found guilty of a crime. And as far as Amaud Arbery, I'm not saying that he was a saint. I mean, so what? He came across a construction site. Maybe he shouldn't have went inside of the house or the garage, and maybe he shouldn't have looked around. Okay, that could be, I could see a point maybe of that. But still, even that doesn't justify him dying in the street the way he did. in the neighborhood, what I think it was Chatilla Hills is, or Chatilla's Shore, whatever the neighborhood is called. Apparently, it's a predominantly white neighborhood, but there's nothing in the country or nothing in the rules that says he can't travel through this neighborhood. We're supposed to be living in a free country. This is supposed to be 2021. We're supposed to be living in what's known as a free country, to where a person could travel or jog wherever they want to. As long as it's not on private property, it's a neighborhood. Person, and I don't think it was a gated community, so he had every right in the world to be there. I'm not saying that it was maybe a wise choice to be there, but just to say, just so you know, he had every right to be there and to jog. So this, to me, it seems like another case of just basically existing while black. But like I said before, there's a God that sits in heaven, and he sees all and knows all, and justice will be served, and justice will prevail. Godly justice. So, and as far as the individual who made the statement, I don't know what her name is, the prosecutor, the defending attorney who made the statement about his toenails. Well, maybe she didn't remember, maybe she doesn't remember the saying from the Miranda Act that anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. Well, the fact that you made that statement, Miss Defending Attorney, hopefully this could be held against you, and you will have to stand and give account for what you said, as well as for the other individual who made the statement that they didn't want black pastors inside the courtroom. To me, that sounds like a pretty much a blatantly racist statement also. Well, it was allow Al Sharpton to come in there, but you mean to tell me you couldn't have any kind of defending counsel for the family of this young man that was just murdered? But once again, there is a God that sits on the throne, and he's showing that he is still on the throne. So I just want to just put that out there and clarify. But this does not mean that we're out of the woods, because as people, as a race of people, we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to go as far as rebuilding our communities and coming together and unifying our own communities. We still have some cleanup to do with the things that we have to do. Like, for example, we already know it's been a week, I believe now, since young Dolph was murdered in his own hometown at a cookie shop in his own neighborhood. We still have to deal with that and deal with white supremacy. So it's like we're fighting a war on two fronts. So we need to come together. I'm talking about as a race of people, sit down. We need to go back to prayer. Yeah, I said it. Go back to prayer. Because ultimately, I believe God has the final say, so he has the answers to what we're looking for. And now I'm not going into a sermon, I'm not preaching, even though what I say is me addressing worldly issues in a godly way. Understand that I'm not preaching a sermon. But I just want to let everyone know how I felt about the trial and the verdict, and it seems satisfactory, so hopefully we can all heal from this, both black and white people. Because if we're going to truly be the land of the free and the home of the brave, well, we need to be the true definition of what it is to be free. I mean, there's too much hypocrisies and too much contradictory things that's going on. Anyway, I just wanted to go and put that out there, and let everyone know. Y'all get in the comments, let me know what you think, And support the channel. Hit the bell icon to be notified when I drop more content. And support this channel at paypal.me/RealLeonardCollins, as well as patreon.com/RealLeonardCollins. Cash App is under construction. And I believe I've said everything I wanted to say. Can't think of anything else I wanted to say. I think I made my point. Anyway, we got a lot to deal with, y'all. We got a lot of work to do. The world is becoming a more and more darker place. This is not really the time for us to be at each other's throats. We're still in the midst of a global situation. You know the situation I'm talking about. I don't have to go into it. And we just gotta come together and do better. So with that said and done, man, that's it. And understand that God loves you. I love you. Let's do life. And I'll see you in the next video.